Hello, this is my lesson plan for Module 6 for Digital Tools for Instructional Technology. Start with the contents of the lesson. I would introduce the standards. For these students, it's focusing on area, and then at the very end, it can be extended into social studies standards. So this the focus of the lesson math is, and the technology standards are, where the students will publish or present content, and the teacher will also collaborate with students to discover, problem solve, and troubleshoot issues. The first part of my lesson is to use Edpuzzle. I would do this whole group with students. We had some issues with the videos not loading. We pulled into whole group and we tried different ways to help solve the problem. Students completed questions when the video stopped. They could rewatch it or continue on. They answered 2 questions independently, and with that information, I used that to then put them in a path for their learning based off a certain shape. They would get the shape next to their name. Stacks, these are required by my school, so I tried to make it work with my lesson. And for each station they go to, they will have a different assignment, and I will talk more about those and show you what will be happening. So the student, depending, will either meet with me again for a small group, which will then cancel out applying their work on GimKit, and as well as over here, taking the square, they would skip me if they're doing they're pretty proficient and some extra practice. And then here, these students have mastered the content and are now applying the skills some more. And at the very end, they will take a summative test on CTLS that's required by the county. So digital tools are kept here. We use Clever. Students have access to these as long as I heart them for them to be on the page. I can unheart them so they're not overwhelmed all at once, and as we learn them, then we can start adding them to our page. So right now, this is what's available to them in their on their resource page. Okay, on that, students also are receiving a rubric. They keep this in a page protector and can use dry erase marker. They keep track of their work and what they believe is their score for their performance. Students are graded on their performance in the small group or the apply strategy, technology for completing their Dreambox assignments, create using the Minecraft creation, Minecraft sharing using digital tools from the resource page to create a way to share with others. And then the last one is kinesthetic. That's more hands-on with Legos, but they're also contributing this to putting it on a digital tool to create a product to share with others. So with those, we had some other tools that we found. GeoBoards, learningcenter.org. This was really cool. We were in the middle of class in my small group. We didn't have enough actual GeoBoards with the rubber bands kept breaking. The GeoBoard I found online to use was not able to make it this big, and another student actually came up and showed me this one and how we could manipulate it. The kids really got into it because it was another student sharing the resource with the teacher. We were all learning together how to explore and discover it. So it was really interesting to see how involved they got in the process. And then the students who struggled to use the rubber bands could then use the physical manipulatives that were then available for a small group of students. The other thing for technology was Dreambox. Dreambox is awesome. You can put them on short-term or long-term. Students are put into a cluster of the standards for measurement and data to understand the area what we're working on. I have students down here that I can work with that have not started or not completed any lessons. Students in this category have started or completed at least one lesson or standard. And then students over here would have completed all 3 domains, the whole domain, the 3 standards, and we don't have anyone there yet, but they're close. The Dreambox is awesome, and it gives the individualized personal lessons for the students. On top of that, we have GimKit. GimKit is the apply that is open for students. This is more of an independent activity where they're able to read the questions and answer them. Then the teacher can pull up. We have 3 at the time who did finish, and it gave me some results here based on how they answered. And then I can click here, and it would give me the student specifically how they answered. So that's a fun game for them. Minecraft. This is the Minecraft resource that was purchased off of Teachers Pay Teachers. The students will then follow these directions, creating the arrays on their own. And then the second part after being checked off is they can create 2 of their own. So when they do that, then they would use any of these resources to then create a product. So they have these resources on Microsoft 365, Zoom, Flipgrid, on top of the resources on Clever to then make a presentation. And that was it.